Well, it was only a matter of time, ladies and gentlemen. LaMonte Wade Jr., it has happened. We knew this was coming. I don't know why they didn't do it a little sooner. You knew it was coming. Okay, LaMonte Wade, he's been an awesome player. Well, I mean, I don't know about awesome, but he's been a productive player for this team for a while. Guy can get on base, hits for some power. But this year, I don't know what's going on, but it is all falling apart for Wade Jr. We'll look at his stats, but he has been DFA'd along with the backup catcher out of spring training this year, Sam Huff, also designated for assignment. Christian Koss optioned to AAA. And the Giants with a couple of interesting moves here. First of all, they signed Dom Smith, the former New York Met, to a one-year major league contract. And they promoted a couple of guys from AAA, purchased their contracts. Daniel Johnson, I'm going to talk about him, and I've watched him at Sacramento, and I'm impressed with what I've seen. And Andrew Knizner, who just joined the River Cats, a week or two ago. But Andrew Knizner, I think, is going to be a very solid bat, and probably a better bat than Patrick Bailey. So let's jump into it, starting with the unfortunate season for LaMonte Wade Jr., a guy who had a 373 on base in 23 and a 380 on base percentage in 24. Back-to-back very productive years, both seasons with a WAR over 2, and in 23 had a 2.8 WAR. He had a chance to be an all-star. Didn't happen, but there was that possibility. He was that good. Even hit 17 home runs in 2023, 18 home runs back in 2021. But this season, 167 batting average, a negative 1.1 WAR, a single home run. I don't know if it's age. He's only 31, but different players, they kind of start to struggle with age at different points in time. I don't know if if he has some kind of an injury issue. I don't know what's going on. I knew that they were going to do something about this. I thought they might put him on the injured list after he got a little bit of an injury the other day, but he ended up staying in the game and to run. He got hit by a pitch, stayed in the game to run. Then they brought him out. I was like, oh, he's going on the injured list. Didn't happen. It didn't happen. The contusion came back negative, no broken bones. So I'm like, oh, that's surprising. Well, now he's been DFA'd. So he's going to go through waivers. We'll see. Best of luck to LaMonte Wade. There is a possibility that he goes through waivers and ends up back with the River Cats. I don't think so, but it's possible. We'll see what happens with LaMonte Wade Jr. Sam Huff also DFA'd. Kind of sad to see that because he was one time a pretty big prospect with the Texas Rangers, but he hit just 208 this season with a couple of home runs. Again, a WAR in the negatives, 4 RBIs in 53 at-bats. Just not enough production when you got a guy like Andrew Knizner, who has just torn it up in AAA. He's got plenty of big league experience. His stats are nothing to write home about, 210 career batting average. But this year, I think that he earned another shot. With Rochester, he hit 382 this season in 23 games. And then comes over to Sacramento, 367 batting average through 8 games. He just hit 2 doubles in his first couple of innings, 5-6 RBIs in his first game with the River Cats, and just never stopped there. So Andrew Knizner's really showing an ability to swing the bat, and let's see what kind of production he can bring to the catching position, because this year it's not been good from Sam Huff or Patrick Bailey. Patrick Bailey's hitting under 200. Patrick Bailey, as good as a defensive catcher as he is, and a great arm and pop time and all that, and framing, okay, wonderful. His production at the plate has been non-existent for the most part. A couple of nice clutch hits here and there, and had a nice home run the other day, but come on. We've got to get more production out of that position. So Andrew Knizner is coming up, but a nice story. Daniel Johnson. Daniel Johnson was in the Mexican League with Caliente de Durango, okay? And he was hitting 429. The Giants went ahead and grabbed him, threw him in AAA, and he's had a very solid year down in AAA so far. 6 home runs, 272 batting average, 846 OPS, and the Giants went ahead and purchased his contract. I really like this move, shaking things up a little bit. Giants offense has been completely non-existent. averaging 2 runs per game for how long? We need some bats. Okay, and I don't care who. Find guys who are hitting. I know maybe the more exciting name would be Bryce Eldridge or even Luciano, who's hitting well. But you know what? Let's give a shot to Daniel Johnson and Andrew Knizner. I know these aren't the biggest names, and you might say, dude, these guys, yeah, they can hit in AAA, but they're not. They're going to come up here and stink. I get that possibility. I'm worried about that too. But at least we're shaking things up. And how can I not talk a little more about Dom Smith? At one time, he was a pretty decent name back in 2020. He hit 316 that year. I know it was a shortened season, but that was when his name was kind of big, and I thought that the guy had a bright future. Turned out he wasn't all that and a bag of chips, as they used to say in the 90s. But with the Yankees this year and Scranton Wilkes, he showed some pop with 8 home runs and 189 at-bats. Had an OPS just under 800. I'm a little more iffy on this, believe it or not, because Dominic Smith has so much big league experience and has never really done much. You could say that about Andrew Knizner too, but for some reason, I'm a little worried that Dom Smith is not going. He may not last the rest of the year. And I guess the same goes for Daniel Johnson, Andrew Knizner. None of these guys move the needle in a huge way, but like I said, shaking things up. I like to see that. And the question is, are they going to hit better than Koss, Wade, Huff? Probably. Are they going to be the 3 guys that are going to propel this team into the playoffs? Probably not, but at least we're doing something. But let me know your guys' thoughts in that comment section down below. And I'm really excited to see Daniel Johnson get this opportunity. He has played in the big leagues a little bit, but to fall out of the league, out of affiliated ball, you end up in the Mexican leagues. You're feeling like your career is probably over, and get another shot in affiliated ball and then get your contract purchase and go back to the big leagues. Gotta feel great for Daniel Johnson. I'm hoping that he does big things for the San Francisco Giants this season. Y'all have a wonderful day. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Talk to you in the next one.